Well, welcome YouTube friends and family to today's thrifting adventure. I am actually out and about. It is about 10 o'clock and I just left the Goodwill. And I have to tell you guys, I will give you some shopping tips for finding vintage items at thrift stores and Goodwills when I show you what I found. But I did find some really cute things, so I'm super happy about that. And honestly guys, you cannot beat the price. So from here, I'm actually heading to my mother's house, and my mom has agreed to let me go through all of her vintage, a lot from the 50s and 60s brooches. Oops, green light. And see what I can find. And I know she has a few that are really, really lovely. So I will see how Mom is doing today, whether I can actually film. Because, as you all know, and I probably shouldn't be filming and driving, but I'm going to. My mom does have dementia, and there's been a pretty significant decline in the last couple months. So I never want to do anything to
please turn next right.
Challenge her dignity, so to speak, at all, or put her in a position where she feels uncomfortable. So we'll just see. But I would love to actually record some of my mom's memories about the brooches. Well, it just wasn't a good day for filming with Mom, but I do have some treasures, and we were able to do some reminiscing, which was really nice. December 4th is the 11-year anniversary of my father's passing, and so Mom is really emotional right now, and I felt that it would be unkind to expect her to reminisce when she was so emotional. So now guys, I am at a place called Valley Thrift Store. It is in Kettering, Ohio, and they generally do not play music in here, so I am going to try to do a little filming. This is probably the most random, thrift store you will ever see. So I'll do a little filming in here, and then when I'm all done today, I have some treasures and some good bargains that I found today thrifting. So we'll see what we can find in here. It's such a large store. I'll probably be in here a couple hours, so it'll just be seconds for you, so stay tuned. So here is just an overview of the store. You can see, trying not to catch people, how large it is. So we're gonna start here. And I already see, it looks like a cool vintage treasure here. This lamp. So, not as old as I thought, but lots to look at. So State's a good example of how random things are. Oh, we have a shoe, just one. Some lamps, and then, oh, here's another shoe. So yeah, you have to do a lot of digging, but they do have treasures here. In spite of it being very random in here, here's a good example of a good buy. Lots of thank you cards for sympathy for $1.99, and you can find vintage items in here. You just have to be willing to take your time and really look, because yeah, that's what it looks like. So here is another example. $2.99 notepads and many little note cards, and I use a lot of these when I'm shipping my soaps. So yes, it's a great price. You couldn't buy it for $2.99, but and look at this. How old is this? I'm not sure what exactly it does, some type of adding machine, but very cool. But again, lots of random. You just have to take your time and really look. So, I found a few really cool vintage things. I can't wait to share with you. And I am heading into, I'll turn around this way, to all of the clothing, which is the majority of the store. So let's see if we can find some cool vintage bargains. So this aisle is a lot of curtains and just really nice lengths of fabric for sewing. So things like this, yards and yards and yards of fabric for a very economical price. What is odd is they have these bags for $4 and it's just like random stuff. So this thrift store does take a long time to go through. Well, finally home from the thrifting adventure, and guys, I have to tell you, it was really fun, but it's like almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon and I'm whipped. So what did I find? So I purchased 2 of the big packets of cards, stationery. This one even has a 2022 calendar. This one just has a lot of miscellaneous cards, but a lot in there. $2.99 each, including a little tablet for like grocery list type things. One of the fun things that I found, I used to love Martha Stewart when she was popular back like in the 80s. So I found this for 99 cents. It's Best of Martha Stewart Living Holidays. And there's some really cool recipes, just beautiful illustrations, you know, cookies, all kinds of things. So this will be fun to have. One vintage cookbook, which I paid 99 cents for. And this is called Quick and Easy Dinners, but it's by Sunset rather than by Betty Crocker or Better Homes and Gardens. And this copyright is 1966. And there's some really cool illustrations in here. So perhaps we'll do some throwback to the 60s cooking. Something that I purchased just because it's near and dear to my heart. My daddy, God rest his soul, purchased me a set of Christmas dishes, and it's 4 mugs and 4 plates. I also, Franklin just flipped water on me. Sorry, guys. You can't really see them well because they're taped together, but it's a little cabin in the woods. I got 3 of the dessert size plates for $1.99. So I was really happy to get that because it is an old pattern. I would say he probably got it for me in the 90s, so at least 30 years ago. I did check this and it does work, and I'm super excited to use it. It is a pair of electric scissors from Sears Best, which will really help me with my thumb issue, for $2.99. So Valley Thrift has a place where you can test everything because all their sales are final. One thing I kind of paid up for was a Pyrex butter dish, and I'm not expert on the patterns, so I can't tell you which pattern, but it is in pretty much mint condition. Doesn't look like it has any chips or dings or what they call flea bites, little bites out of the pottery. I did find a couple glasses for 99 cents. This one was $1.99, but these are really old. This one is a Canada one, and this one is just vintage. I would say 60s. It could be 50s because it is pink and teal. So, you know my issue with glasses, so could never have too many. And another thing, and I found this at the Goodwill for $2.99. I got all kinds of yards of vintage trim, and I do like to sew, so these are great to have for recreating some vintage patterns. So 3 big containers there. So what a bargain. You can't buy a yard of eyelet lace for $2.99. A few vintage clothing items. So first, I thought this would be so cool for the holidays. A lovely red and white striped, it's like, I would just call it a house dress, with a big sash included. I don't think this has ever been worn. The tag is not in very good shape. I'm not sure what happened there to tell you what the brand is, but it feels like a cotton or a cotton blend. For half price, oh, the dress was like $4.49. So I did buy a vintage flannel nightgown. It's missing a button. So guys, anytime you're thrifting, always ask if you see something wrong with an item. They will usually discount it. So just a really cute flannel nightgown. So I think this was like $2. I found a really pretty vintage skirt, and this has like a sheer hemline, but it's also not doing well, am I? It's also fully lined with a slip, which, you know, in today's clothes you just don't see that. And I think this was around $4. For $1.99, I found this cute handmade vintage Christmas apron. It has a little tree that's felt. The waistband is satin, and someone lovingly made that. So that will get a lot of use here in the month of December. I also found this gorgeous vintage linen dress. And guys, I can wear a sweater over it, but it's has like a very old school style. Even the hooks, how the belt hooks on. Just a really pretty dress. This was $5.99, so I paid up for the dress, but I love it. And this is also fully lined. I think the bargain of the day, so y'all won't think I'm making this up. I think I still have a tag on this. Okay, so can you see this tag? It says 9 cents. So this is obviously, I have it upside down, do I? No, I had it right side up the first time. It is a vintage handmade apron. It's made out of dish towels, but I really liked it because it covers my top, and then it has an extra little towel so you can dry your hands. I just thought it was utterly charming. Who could pass that up for 9 cents? And then I haven't edited the video, guys. This is the fabric that I bought, and it is in fabulous condition. It says, I haven't really looked it over super well. I think what it is a comforter cover, but it is yards and yards and yards of fabric that I can use and have much, much cheaper than you can buy fabric today. Just very quickly, I don't want to get too lengthy here. My mom gifted me all of her vintage brooches. So here's a green one. This one I remember well, one of her summer ones. One of my favorite brooches of hers, and this is from the 50s, is this little silver one. I also remember this little one, which is from the 50s with the teal tulips. I think they're tulips. I remember her wearing this beautiful pink. And so there's just a lot, guys. This is also vintage. Just some sparkly beads. And love, love, love this one. It's a jeweled turtle. So there's a few more. Let's see here, what else? Oh, here's another one that I do remember is the plain leaf. And then there are some holiday ones like this. So these are a treasure. If you've priced vintage brooches, you all know they're extremely expensive. And give me just so this was really a treasure. This was my dad's mother's brooch. And it has 12 stones. It has one for each of the children. She lost a couple children, and they included those in the pin, which is just super lovely. I did get something from my grandma Victoria, which just makes me like want to cry. So this is probably 20s. It's definitely Art Deco, and it is aquamarine, like a light blue, and a faux diamond in the original vintage box. I have some, her birthday was also in March. We had the same birthstone. So I have some of those pieces already, but I did not have this one. So it was just lovely of my mom to share it with me. So I hope you've enjoyed today's little trip in vintage shopping. I've got a lot to put away, a lot to get washed. I will be washing, of course, everything that I purchased, and Frankie was very glad that I was home. Although he was a little skittish when I first came in. He was like, I need to smell you and see where you've been, Mama. He's such a mess. So I will see you on Saturday with our 1960s Christmas video, and I hope you are all well, happy, and blessed. Don't forget to hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Ring that bell to be notified of all the new uploads. So, as always, be well, be healthy, be blessed, and I'll see y'all on Saturday. Take care.